Ladies and gentlemen, you are entering the pressure zone of another transcendent Perry Logan show from Austin's pseudonymous Perry Logan. Please don your pressure suits and relax as we begin our descent deep, deep to the center of the earth, to a Perry Logan's secret lair.
A deep beneath the earth in the safe core. A deep beneath the earth in the safe core.
Now, this is Dick Cheney. Since you're here, I need another heart. So if you have a 15-year-old living or freshly dead in your house, please contact me at perryloganclone@yahoo.com. Down and down we go, seeing many a wondrous sight as we descend to the Earth's deep core. That's the motif as Perry Logan takes a look back to our barbarous past, our barbarous ancestors who apparently were in ways little more than apes, lying around in their own turds.
Did he say apes lying around in their own turds?
This is Alex Jones. The government did it. The government did it. You're all fools. You're all sheeple.
Hello, this is Thomas Jefferson. So cool I'm banned in Texas. I suspect the pressure on your brain is causing you to hallucinate. It is I who said it. Laws and institutions must go hand in hand with the progress of the human mind. As that becomes more developed, more enlightened, as new discoveries are made, new truths discovered, and manners and opinions change, with the change of circumstances, institutions must advance also to keep pace with the times. We might as well require a man to wear still that coat which fitted him when a boy, as civilized society to remain ever under the regimen of their barbarous ancestors. Hello, everybody. It's time for another Transcendent Perry Logan show from Austin's pseudonymous Perry Logan. This one called Barbarous Ancestors. And I, Thomas Jefferson, am here to confess to you, I was pretty barbarous.
Thomas, did you just say you're pretty barbarous?
Hey, I kept slaves. I had a child by a slave. That's about as barbarous as it bloody gets, Perry Logan.
Well, that's true, isn't it? As is well known, the founding fathers were just like intimately and incestuously entwined with that most heinous institution of slavery. Slaves built the White House. Slaves built the White House. And so we know those were barbarous damn times, right?
Right, Perry, this is what I'm trying to say. I won't even get into some of the stuff I was into.
Nothing about apes lying around in their own turds, I hope.
Certainly not, Perry. I was a man of the 18th century, a genius, a most literate and educated person, and one of the great figures in American history.
Please don't kick my butt, Mr. Jefferson.
I'm not going to kick your butt. I'm just a hallucination anyway, you fool. This whole show is a hallucination. Life is a hallucination. Reality is a hallucination.
This is the Buddha.
No! This is the Buddha, 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 this is the Buddha.
Repeat after me.
This is the Buddha, 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 this is the Buddha.
Sorry, Perry. Come to think of it, this isn't the Buddha. This is another hallucination. You guys are hallucinating your butts off. Oh, barbarous gun guys. In a spirit of play, I call you barbarous, my barbarous gun guys. My friends, a child can see that gun confiscation is inevitable, unthinkable as it may seem within the United States. Until we get rid of the guns, the massacres will just keep happening. Well, I suppose.
Until we get rid of the guns, the massacres are just gonna keep happening.
This is unless you believe some of the brilliant suggestions from the pro-gun people as to how to stop those massacres, i.e. arm more people, have more guns, have guards in the schools, and turn the United States into a nightmarish armed encampment. Armed amateurs, no less.
Hey, yeah. This is not Perry Logan, and this is not the Earth's deep core, but it really is kind of funny, isn't it? That the pro-gun folks want to turn the U.S. into an armed camp where the amateurs are the ones who are armed.
That's right, Perry. As Will Marshall points out in his article, The Pro-Gun Absolutism of the Gun Lobby, the gun guys really want to privatize law and order. It's important to understand the radical vision that underlies pro-gun absolutism.
Pro-gun absolutism. I love that.
Forget about the Second Amendment. The gun lobby, abetted by timorous Republicans, is trying to privatize law and order. This is Thomas Jefferson, and even though I am one of the great founding fathers, so cool I'm banned in Texas. It's true. Thomas Jefferson is so cool, he's banned in Texas. You know, I fancied a gun or two, but you see, I was a man of the 18th century. I was a flaming barbarian. This is what Perry is trying to tell you. I myself said in so many words, we must change the Constitution with time. That's why I, Thomas Jefferson, from my perch in heaven, urge you all to throw off this whole barbarian gun thing and listen to Perry Logan. If there ever was a voice in the wilderness, it's Perry Logan.
Oh, thank you. Ghost, hallucination, or angel. Who knows? Hello? Hello? Okay, let's get this over with. It's April 11th, 2013. They demand it. With the pressure down here at the center of the earth, I really shouldn't do this, but they demand it. If only for the faces, right? Okay, not to interrupt one of the founding fathers, and in no way to badmouth the founding fathers. See, I'm saluting. What could be a more sincere expression of my reverence for the founding fathers, those savages, those slave-owning, slave-copulating barbarians, like apes flying around in their own turds. Sorry, I had to gun him down. I had to shoot him. I can tell I'm in America. Okay. Let's use logic then. If slavery isn't barbaric, what the hell is? We're starting with a point based on information that we all know, is that the founding fathers kept slaves. Our whole nation, sad to say, is intertwined intimately, with slavery. Certainly not just the South. The whole nation is implicated in this horrible and most barbarous thing. But you see, the founding fathers were like with that from birth to death. They took those slaves to their graves, so to speak. They were slave owners. They were intimately and incestuously entwined with slavery. Easily one of the most degenerate activities possible to humankind. Degenerate, cruel, racist, what can I say? These are the founding fathers, like apes, lying around in their own you-know-what.
Go ahead and say it, Perry. We were like apes, lying around in our own turds and wearing wooden teeth.
I heard that wooden teeth thing is a myth.
So we were barbarians. What can I say?
The founding fathers were complex, brilliant people. But as they themselves admitted, the stuff they were laying down was appropriate to the times, baby. And it would have to be changed so that we of the future, that would be us in the 21st century, good heavens, we're not continuing the barbarous practices of our ancestors.
10 things to do after they've taken your guns.
I think you may be hallucinating. My friends, even a child can see that gun confiscation is inevitable. Until we get rid of the guns, the massacres will just keep happening. Then there'll be renewed demands for more gun control, then more political battles, and so on. The cycle will continue till the guns are gotten rid of by some competent government down the road. Competent government down the road? What an optimist! Yes, or we'll all die because of global warming. In a spirit of love, and because they've been so nice, here are 10 tips for gun guys on how to cope with acute GCT. GCT?
A GCT!
Dr. Perry Logan explained. GCT, or gun confiscation trauma, is the mental disorder of gun guys when you use the word confiscation or confiscate their guns. And what happens is their eyes bulge out like this.
I'm a gun guy. I've got gun confiscation trauma.
Well, thanks for interrupting your own bit, Perry. Let's wait a moment while the gun guys change their knickers. 1. Get that cold, dead hand looked at. You guys are such drama queens. You gun guys are such drama queens. Take at least one remedial reading class so you don't grossly misinterpret any more amendments to the Constitution. You're listening to WGCT, Gun Confiscation Trauma Radio all the time. And we're here at the Earth's deep core talking to Austin's pseudonymous Perry Logan, author of 10 Things to Do After They've Taken Your Guns. Welcome, Perry. Thanks, Barry. You're looking good, Perry. You too, Barry. You're looking very good, Perry. Well, you too, Barry. I had no idea. I guess we better get down to business here. Perry, item 2 on your list talks about remedial reading classes for Second Amendment guys. What's the deal on that? Well, you see, Barry, someday I'll understand how we get from an amendment which says something vague about militias and never mentions guns at all to guns, real guns, of being a God-given right. Hold on there. How did we get from an amendment about militias, which, if memory serves, tend to serve the needs of government? Militias tend to serve governments and help them. They are not used to overthrow them. So where did the gun guys get that thing about tyrants and overthrowing tyrants? The meme about the Second Amendment was put in there so we can overthrow a tyrant. Guys, it doesn't say anything of the sort. Maybe you should take a remedial English class. If you must make your home less safe in the name of defending it, get a taser for God's sake, or some mace, or a dog. Why did you guys think you had to kill someone to defend your household? Hey, yeah. Why do the gun guys always think you have to kill someone to defend your household? I think we all love the idea of defending our households, but somehow a dog won't do the trick? Okay. I'm pretty sure a career criminal would tell you that one of the things they dread most is a dog, however small. Play violent video games. You can shoot endless numbers of people in a video game with far less danger than a gun in the house.
But apparently not this video game. 5. Welcome the many visitors from foreign lands who will now dare to visit our country, now that it's not a gun-crazed hellhole and international laughingstock. I would like to take a moment to thank the gun guys for helping to make America a gun-crazed hellhole and international laughingstock. Defend one of the other rights in the Bill of Rights. The ones that don't support major private companies or kill large numbers of people every year. Interesting. That Second Amendment, that's the only right that supports major corporations and results in thousands of deaths every year. And don't get me started with the mayhem or the suicides. Oh no, you got me started on suicide. No, don't get me started on gun suicide. No! Well, Perry, I see you've gone into your gun suicide riff. That's right, Barry. The gun guys are in complete denial that guns have anything to do with suicide, when most of the real studies, such as those done by the Harvard Injury Control Research Center, wow, it sounds like they have a lot of fans. Well, they're real scientists, Barry, and they've been finding out over and over again what reasonable people would have thought, that the dissemination of lethal weapons throughout a high-density, high-tech society wreaks havoc on the society. People get hurt, they call for gun control, and the gun guys freak out. 7. Count the dough you save from not having to buy all that ammo. To say nothing of your child's funeral expenses. That arms thing was a hell of an expensive freedom. Why, Rat, that's another thing. That right to bear arms thing is a hell of an expensive freedom. The other ones are free. 8. Read a book. It can be a book about guns. Yeah, go ahead, read a book about guns. Yes, go ahead, read a book about guns. Read any number of books about guns. 9. Take the time and energy you save from not having to call your fellow citizens Nazis and fascists anymore, and do something constructive other than trying to make a gun out of toilet paper. No making guns out of toilet paper in the New World Order.
Did you say New World Order? New World
It's just
Order?
a phrase, Alex, okay? 10. Join your fellow Americans in combating knife violence. Hey, listen up or I'll cut you! Why would I bring up knife violence, which is no joke in and of itself, not at all funny, but sometimes the pro-gun people, these barbarians, these, this is a show devoted to our barbarous friends, the pro-gun guys. The pro-gun guys, and I think you can prove they're a little barbarous. I think you can prove pro-gun folks are a little barbarous. Rather like apes lying around in their own guns are used in this show, okay? I think only pantomime guns, okay? Gun guys, you can keep your guns as long as they're pantomime guns. Gun guys, we don't want your guns. Aww. We just want your women! Well, Tim, yeah, Jim, it looks like Perry's amusing himself again as Perry Logan comforts the gun guys with the thought, we don't want your guns, we just want your women.
We don't want your guns, we just want your women. We don't want your guns, we just want your women.
Hey, guys, women or guns, which is it? Hello and welcome to another episode of Inane Gun Guy Arguments with your host, Perry Logan.
Check out the fretwork on this.
Or this. Compulsion? I plead compulsion. Hi. Welcome to another episode of Inane Gun Guy Arguments. Yay! And my favorite, most inane, let's just say, most inane pro-gun argument of the day is one that they seriously put forth. You got to understand, they seriously put this forth. My favorite inane pro-gun argument is that all those guns have nothing to do with all those gun deaths. I love the idea. All those guns have nothing to do with all those gun deaths. What could be clearer? Thank you, Mad Hatter. Yeah, what could be clearer? That the just apparent correlation, just an amazing correlation between the presence of all those bloody guns and all those bloody gun deaths. Well, I love the gun guys, I love them. They are simply deluded. I regard pro-gun guys as, well, first of all, barbarians. Keeping to a barbaric practice of the past, i.e. guns, when they don't seem to realize that technology, the growth of the population, and seeing how it all worked out over time has shown us that. Maestro? There is no place for guns in a civilized society. No, gun guys. We don't want your guns. Oh. No. We don't want your guns. We just want your women. Hand them over. The guns or the women, one or the other, okay? That's my final offer before I send in the gun detecting drones. Gun detecting drones? Gun detecting drones? Gun detecting drones? Gun detecting drones!
ancestors are